Looking at the last question, what was your understanding of the directions from the board regarding the Pacifica contract? And I'm looking again at Mr. Schlosser's question to you on Exhibit 5. I won't make you read the whole answer, but I think your answer here is pretty consistent with what you've testified to today.
Yeah, that they would continue to provide the services on a month-to-month basis, or rather on a go-forward basis until such time as the board made a decision on both an RFQ and approved a new consultant, so that way the district was not without engineering services.
In the last sentence of the answer to number 3, you say, I was made fully aware by at least 2 board members that they would not select Pacifica as a permanent vendor because of either problems during the election or their desire to give the contract to another company, which they named. You see that?
Yes.
Who are the 2 board members?
Directors Chacon and Hawkins.
And what were the problems during the election, to your understanding?
The problems during the election was that they didn't believe that Pacifica gave their use of the word, the boys, enough money.
And who are the boys?
The guys that were running for re-election. And Director Chacon didn't feel that he was paid enough money for the services he was providing as part of the election, and that money was supposed to come, or he felt the money should have come from Pacifica. He and his family run an election operations, phone banks, mail campaigns, basically election services.
Did he say that to you?
Yeah, he did. He did. He told me Ernie didn't come through.
Where did he say that?
At Ozzy's restaurant in, I think that's right on the border of Pico Rivera and Commerce, and like right on Washington Boulevard.
What did you take that to mean, that Ernie didn't come through?
That he didn't provide the money that they wanted him to provide. As a matter of fact, he said it was a lousy 10 grand or something along that line.
In political contributions?
In political contributions.
That he expected more?
He expected more. And Director Hawkins also told me, actually was in my office, and I said, I can't discuss these things in my office. He said that Ernie didn't come through with enough money, so they didn't have enough to go around to all 3 of them.
All 3 of them being the 3 that were up for re-election?
3 that were up for re-election.
Did Director Chacon ever say anything else to you about contributions he expected from either Ernie or Pacifica?
He always expected contributions from Ernie and Pacifica for elections, for district elections, for any elections that either his brothers were involved in or his family was managing, even for money for him when he needed money that he could run in through his election services company.
How are you aware of that?
Told me.
Director Chacon told you himself?
Yes.
In the presence of anyone else?
No, no.
Always alone?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Did he ever ask you or staff to ask Ernie Camacho for special favors, such as hotel rooms?
Yes, all the time. The directors were always invited to the Christmas party, and Director Chacon wouldn't commit to the last minute, and then he would ask for hotel rooms and ask the staff to call Ernie and have him get hotel rooms for he and his family. Of course, you know, we really shouldn't be doing this in the whole bit, but you know, he'd direct us to do it, and we'd make the phone calls. If we were in Las Vegas, he would say, I need some extra rooms, maybe Ernie can pay for it. You know, any variety of things along that line. He seemed to think that it was a pretty regular place for him to go to.
to ask a vendor for
For
contributions.
contributions, yeah. Uh-huh.
You said the Christmas party. You're referring to Pacifica's Christmas party?
Pacifica's Christmas party. All the directors were invited. I was invited. The customers of Pacifica were all invited to that. It was everybody.
It was at a hotel in Pasadena?
Yeah.
But it wasn't, it was just a holiday party where customers were invited.
Oh, yeah.
Were you aware of any time that Director Chacon asked Mr. Camacho for cash?
Yes, yes. We were in Las Vegas. And he asked Ernie for $2,000, $3,000 or something, needed money. And Director Chacon told me that. He came to me specifically. I don't know why he stopped me up, but he came to me to ask me about it. He said he didn't have any money. And he also asked me, "Have you got some money? I mean, you got $1,000 you can give me?" I said, "No, I can't give you money. I can't lend you money. I'm the general manager. I can't do that." He said, "Well, you know, nobody needs to know." I said, "Well, I would know, and that's all that matters, number one. And I don't have $1,000 on me." And he says, "Well, you can put it on your expense account." I don't have an expense account. I didn't have an expense account.
When was this trip to Las Vegas?
Oh, several years ago, 4 or 5 years ago.
After he was elected?
After he was elected. It was, we would go to the Colorado River Water Users Association annually at Caesar's Palace. And all the directors always went to that. It's held in December. It's a really nice conference. So, a lot of fun, let's put it that way.
Was Mr. Camacho there? Ernie Camacho?
He was there at 1 or 2 of them. I don't know if he was there at all of them.
1 or 2 of them.
Of the conferences.
I think he said, "I don't remember all of them."
Yeah, I don't remember.
Other than this one time in Las Vegas that you mentioned, did Director Chacon ever ask you for cash? Either a loan or a gift?
No, not for cash. He would ask me to pick things up for him, though. Lunches and the like for him and his friends and that sort. I couldn't do it on the district credit card, so occasionally I would pick it up on my own credit card.
Out of your own pocket?
Yeah.
Why?
It was easier than getting into an... He apparently... I got the impression that he had already told these guys it was taken care of, and he didn't have any money. I didn't want to have that to happen, and it was easier for me to just go ahead and do it and get it out of the way.
Rather than have a confrontation with a director?
And not in public. No, you don't want to have a public confrontation. And you don't want to send the director to go wash dishes because he can't pay his bill.
Going back to